What's up, guys? This is a vlog for my trip back home to Pittsburgh from Philadelphia for my birthday. So let's see some of the food we got into. So I'm debating whether I should just use my Pittsburgh accent in this whole video. But if yins don't know, this is the Strip District. Down here you can find lots of wholesale foods, produce, fish at Woolies, pasta at Penn Mac, a lot of cheese there as well. You got Lotus selling Asian fare. So there's a lot of cool things down here to check out. Big fan of coffee. This place is doing some really cool stuff. They're roasting their beans. There's my sister. She's getting a nice coffee. I had a nice coffee as well as a shot of espresso, and I even picked up some beans. This is another coffee place. This is Presta George in the Strip as well. There's their coffee roasters. Alyssa's been fiending for her creme brulee flavored coffee that they roast and make here. So we had to stop and get her some coffee too. There's Liz with her face mask and me holding a GoPro trying to be as inconspicuous as possible. They have a ton of teas also. This is just a little side street that connects Penn and Smallman, which are the two main thoroughfares that run in and out of the city through the Strip District. Liz and I were with my brother-in-law and sister and niece, so they were our tour guides for the day. $20 jersey. Phil Kessel. I kind of want a jersey for $20, even if he doesn't play for the Penguins anymore. So if you like seafood, Woolies is the place to pick up your fish down in the Strip District. Everything from frozen crab legs that you may have just seen, Dungeness crab, there's some tuna I can see, maybe a little swordfish steak on the end. Got all sorts of fillets and whole fish in here. Michael Jackson says, beat it. Yinzers say, get out of town. Just a friendly little reminder that Yins are in Steeler country. If you listen really carefully, you can hear Queen and Girls Just Want to Have Fun at the same time. Strange combo.
Okay. Well.
Alright. Also, check out the strange flavors of pop they got. Alright, so this is the turnpike. I'm gonna be real. This isn't us driving to the next spot. I just can't tell you where I was going. Fun guy. We're going mushroom foraging. And I figured now that we're where we are, and I can't tell you where I am because a gentleman never asks and a forager never tells. I already see one back there. Little chicken of the woods. Let's go grab it. Now, I do want to say, first off, that before you go into the woods and start picking and eating any mushrooms that you see, make sure you know exactly what you're picking and what you're grabbing. Mushrooms are delicious. All mushrooms are edible. Some just only once. So this is very easy to find and tell. This one is called Chicken of the Woods. This one actually looks, well, pretty bugged up. So we're gonna leave this one. This is a choice edible when we find them fresh and young. Let's keep walking. What I'm really looking for today is the chanterelle, my favorite. And I know that they are here. It's just whether or not we are here at the right time. My secret for finding them, nope. My secret for finding them is going down the hill. They live on this hill right here. So what we do is we go down the hill and then we look back up, and I'll show you what that looks like. But they're a yellow or bright orange color, so they tend to stand out. They're easy to see, and hopefully we find some, because they are one of my favorites for sure. Liz, do you like chanterelles?
Yes, I like all mushrooms.
Mm-hmm. Even the trippy ones.
No.
I'm kidding. What and where they're growing out of is a prime way of IDing and deciphering which mushrooms you have. Some mushrooms have lookalikes that, unless you know exactly what the substrate was that they were growing off of,
I cannot stress the importance of this
poisonous
detail
if
enough.
you're not careful. So again, more reasons to not just go out and pick and eat whatever you find, and to be certainly careful. I'm gonna keep walking. I don't see any right here, but when you find them, they definitely light up like a Christmas tree. I don't know what they are off the top of my head, so I typically won't pick them. Mushrooms are nature's decomposer, so it's doing its job to help recycle the circle of life. So we're just gonna leave it to do its job. All right, so we didn't find what we were looking for, aka the chanterelle. However, the one thing you always find when you go out foraging is some peace and quiet and alone time in the woods. And for a guy that lives in the city 99.99% of the time, and for somebody that's been in quarantine for the last 3 months, that was absolutely heaven. What do you think, Liz?
Heavenly.
Heavenly? Don't take your eye too far off the road. Still do have to drive. It is the middle of June, and I've typically really only found the chanterelles in July. However, it's been hot around here, and there was some good rain recently too, so I thought there might be a chance that they would be out. But we'll probably have to wait another month. But they're definitely a summer mushroom. when they're local and fresh, they have this amazing aroma of apricots. Also, I used to love to ride down this hill as fast as I could on my bike. The best part of going uphill on a bike is going back downhill. Now, if you're a fan of anything sugary and sweet, this is the place to go in Pittsburgh. Oakmont Bakery. They have breads, cookies, pies, cakes, donuts. You name it, they probably have it.
These rappers and feeling spectacular, making a killing like massacre. Watch out, I'm whipping my wrist. Right on my city, been pissed, but I show them love. I'm not the one that's at risk. My homie told me that when people rise up against you, it's a sign of your destiny real. Fake ones been hating, cause they know that one day you're making it. Jealousy's all they can feel. Plugging the phone, drifting my zone, painting the future when thinking alone. About when I'm grown, already blown. How'd I get back with this beautiful
sanitizer because it's 2020, but this is an Asiago bagel sandwich. Their bagels have a great texture for sandwiches. Not everything shoots off the side when you bite into it. It's a little softer, but it still has enough of that texture that you would get from a bagel that you know it's still a bagel. A little messy sausage, egg, and cheese.
That's all day, man. I say y'all bluffing, interrupt your formal introduction, but I was born to win.
Yeah, so this was birthday morning. Later that night, I did the sushi challenge, which I will link to if you haven't seen it yet. So I did eat that day. I didn't eat much the next 2 days after this because of that sushi, which was delicious. But this was the last thing we had in Pittsburgh before we headed out. We met up with a good friend of ours and had a chance to catch up after not seeing them for a while. So thank you guys for stopping in on another video. I know this one's a little different than normal. No cooking on my end. There's a lot of food related stuff anyways. I've had a little bit of fun trying to play around with editing things, so I hope you guys like it. I might do more of these food vlog style videos instead of just straight cooking videos. Let me know what you think in the messages down below, and we'll catch you on the next one. So thanks guys.